Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. How's everybody feeling? How you doing? I'm here for my first raid train presented by Stream Builders, Shaytay42. She decided to put all the streamers together in a raid train, and I appreciate that. So they should be coming through in a minute. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Hi, Sherry. I'm glad you could make it in. I've been trying to use my Discord and it's being really weird. So I had to send out the bat signal to make sure that you could be up in here. Feeling good? That's good. That's good. Hey Booms, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Whew. I was a little last minute with setting everything up, but I got it done. And of course, Malk helped me. Thank you, Malk. He always looking out. Round two. Okay, we got the Raiders. Hi, Raiders. Come on in. Come on in. Get comfortable. Please host the page, refresh, and all that good stuff. Streamlabs is acting up right now, so the commands aren't working. But feel free to host. Click that follow button. This is an all-chat Stream Builders raid train hosted by Shaytay42. I am LoveKMonae, and I am here to chat with you guys. How's everybody doing? Happy Saturday. Hi, Curious John. Nice to meet you too. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Thank you, Retta, for that raid. I appreciate your stream. Skylight, Shaytay. So far, everybody's stream was good. I was so nervous. I've streamed before, but being a part of a raid train, it's like Skylight said, there's a certain expectation, because it's like the person before you got to follow after them. So it's like you got to be on point. Hey, DJ Sega, welcome in, welcome in. DJ No Spinner, I missed like everybody's name coming in, but welcome in, Raiders. Please refresh the page. Feel free to host. Click that follow button. I appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to Shaytay for putting this together because, there's a lot of people on here that are just chatting, and it's nice for us to be able to have a raid train of our own, So, hi DJ Chanel B. How y'all doing? I'm excited. This is like super exciting to me. For those that don't know, I just had a son in August, and so I haven't really been streaming. I say I want to stream, but you just got to go with the flow of life. So welcome back, Miss Nebraska. Hi DJ Snoopy, Adam. Yes, good day to you. Happy Saturday. So Streamlabs is acting up right now. None of my commands are working, so I'll be saying like random stuff. I'm not sure what's going on with that. Every time they have an update, it's like something's going on. So yeah, I'm LoveKMonae. I'm a chatter here. I started off modding. Well, I was a viewer first. I wasn't really on here like that, and then my husband DJ Malk G's, which is also my mod. Make sure y'all follow my mod, the number one heat holder. So I started off as a mod for DJ Malk G's. I actually just taught myself how to do the commands and all that stuff because I really love figuring out things and making it happen. So I got on and I'm like, I'm gonna figure this out. Watched 100,000 YouTube videos, got it all together, and then I was like, I should stream because I got stuff to talk about too, So I started streaming. I want to say it was in July was my first stream. And so yeah, I've been at it ever since. Hey, She Got Cakes. I've been at it ever since, and I don't have a schedule or anything like that yet, but I'm gonna get there. So can we do like a wellness check-in? Like, how's everybody feeling today? I feel good. I'm on here with y'all. The reason why I even stream is to talk about my experiences, to share knowledge that I've learned, and to just connect with different people, because you never know who you can learn from. You never know who you can connect with that might have something that you can be involved in that, you never even thought of. So I met a lot of great, interesting people on here. And I just love it. After COVID happened and being in the house and not really wanting to go out because I'm very sensitive to people's energy in the first place, just not wanting to be around people, it's nice to be able to get on here and you still can have a good time in the comfort of your home. You don't have to worry about feeling people's energy. You don't have to worry about drama. You don't have to worry about none of that. And if something's going on you don't like, you can leave that room and go somewhere else. It's endless. Like, you can go wherever you want. Hi. I'm not sure how to say that, but I'm great and I'm not a man. But thank you. I'm good. I'm great. So, I do also post videos on YouTube. You can find that link in my bio, also on my Instagram. And then me and hubby, Mal G's, we have our own YouTube channel called Written in the Stars, where we talk about various topics. And we study astrology. He's been studying quantum physics, biology, and all that. I'm on the lighter side of it, but I'm getting there. So astrology is our thing. That's our main focus. Is anybody in here into astrology? I know some of you have talked to me about this, but is anybody into astrology? Have you read your birth chart? And if you did, how was your experience? High winds, exactly. That's what part of mine will be like when I start sharing experiences so I can help others and bring awareness to specific things. Exactly. You never know who needs to hear what you have to say. And that's the thing about being on here as a streamer, is being transparent, right? You want to be honest about how you're feeling, what you're going through, because there's someone out there that's afraid to say it. And when you say it, it can help open other people up. So it's a beautiful thing. She got cases of Leo. Okay. My son's a Leo. Just had a Leo. You guys can try this, but again, Streamlabs isn't working. But just try to type exclamation point and your sign, your zodiac sign, and then a description will pop up if Streamlabs is working again. So ever since I was younger, I was writing and music were my thing. That was what I did because I wasn't able to express myself to other people. Oh, yay, it's working. I wasn't able to express myself to people in my home. I got shut down from expressing myself and just having to hold a lot in. So I started writing. And so I know what it's like to not feel like you don't have anybody to talk to or nobody understands you. So I started a blog in, I want to say 2009, and just sharing my experiences. I had something called Dear Diary Edition, where I would talk about experiences or situations that I was in, so that somebody out there may say, wow, she's going through the same thing I went through, or she went through the same thing I went through. And I appreciate that, So having the courage to share that, because it's not easy getting up here and sharing your personal business, but we have to get it out. We have to practice self-love, and we have to get it out. We got to get those demons out, and we got to make sure that we're being our best self. And self-love is like a really big thing. You see the t-shirt. We're going to have these back in stock soon too. So look out for that, self-love. And for those that don't know, the reason why it's spelled SCELLF is because your body is made up of trillions of cells, and you got to love every part of you. So we spell it self-love. That's how we do it. Hey TJ, thanks for coming in. Happy Saturday. Yes, if you're subscribed, drop them self-love emotes. Self-love, the best love, the only love. You can't love anybody else until you love yourself. If you don't know who you are, it's going to be very difficult for you to know who other people are. And we go through challenges. We go through challenges all the time where we're like, man, how come I keep attracting these people? Why is it that these people are coming in my life and they're causing me problems? It's because you're not loving yourself. people are a reflection of you. So if you find yourself attracting the same people, you have to go within and you have to look at yourself and figure out what it is about you that needs growth, right? And one of the hardest things to do is to say, you know what? I'm the cause for my shit. It's my doing. You can't blame anybody else. Like, my husband always says, you point the finger, you miss the point, because you're pointing the finger saying, you did this is your fault, you made me feel this way. But ultimately it's about your own self. You know, what are you projecting? How are you treating people? Do you know yourself? Are you giving yourself everything that you need? You know, are you just settling because you feel like you can't get more than what you have? Self-love is so important. Let me catch up with these. Yes, you must love yourself first before you can love others. Yes, Dream Diva. And welcome in. I don't know if I shouted you out or not. DJ Chanel B said, I like that. Self-love kind of has me thinking of Henrietta Lacks and those cells that are worth a lot of money now, but the doctors won't tell her family. Yes, DJ Chanel B. She got cake said, because they keep doing the same thing. Definition of insanity. Yes, when you do the same thing, you will get the same results. So if you're doing the same thing, if you're operating the same manner, if you're treating people the same way, you're going to continue to attract the same thing, right? It's like a cycle. It's a circle. You keep going in circle. You ever see a dog trying to get its tail running in circles? Like, you know, you can't get your tail. You gotta stop. Reposition yourself. You can't just run in the circle and catch it. It's insanity. Hi, Priscilla in the 6. Hey, Priscilla, thanks for coming in. Y'all gotta follow Priscilla. Now she's a chatter and she's live. Like, she talks about some things. I'm not gonna get into it, but all the adults, the grown folks that are not afraid to talk about bedroom talk and all that, make sure you follow Priscilla in the 6. Blessings, boss mom. Thank you for hopping in here. And tell me, is it Bo's mom? Because we say boss mom, but I see it's only one S. So is it Bo's mom? TJ Fabulous says, same script, different cast, like the daggone song. Yes, same script, different cast. So you're going through the same thing, but just with different people. Let me say, if you feel like you're tired of dealing with the same thing, are you willing to be by yourself? Put a 1 in the chat if you're willing to be by yourself to get to where you need to be. Drop a 1 in the chat, because that's what I had to do. And in my opinion, that's the only way to do it. If you can't be by yourself, how are you going to be with somebody else? You have to be able to be by yourself, be okay being alone, and really dig into yourself, right? You really need to look at yourself and look at all your habits and everything that you've been through and really analyze it and really be able to look at it from the perspective of everything is on me. Nobody did anything to me. Things happened to push me in the direction of growth and to being my greatest self. So yeah, we got some 1s in the chat. I love it. So again, for those that don't know, DJ Malg's is my husband. He's a DJ on here. He's also my mod. He's a big reason for some of the things that I've learned and where I'm at now. He's spent time by himself. He learned the knowledge and is applying it. So that's the thing. Once you learn something, you have to apply it. If you know something and you don't apply it, you're going to get your ass kicked. The universe is going to kick that ass. Ain't strutting that ass, it's going to kick that ass until you get to where you need to be. So before me and him actually met, we were both separately on our journeys of self-love, taking time to be alone, reading our birth chart, studying ourselves, and really figuring out what it is that we need. And that time being alone was the best thing that I could have ever did for myself, because not only was I in toxic relationships, you know, I was in a verbally abusive relationship. I've had friendships that, you know, weren't for me, but because I cared about that person, I stayed in those friendships. And even relationships with family that were just toxic. And nobody's exempt, right? If the frequency isn't there, if we're not vibing and we're not on the same page and we don't have a level of understanding, then guess what? Peace out. It's no hate. It's there's no resentment, animosity. It's just, I'm gonna do what's best for me. And if that means not having you around me because your frequency is just not in line with mine, then that's just what it is. So that's pretty much the theme of self-love. The first thing is being by yourself. You have to be alone and be okay with being alone. You got to really love yourself. And when you love yourself, can't nobody touch you. Now, if you think you can't nobody touch you now and you haven't really been practicing self-love, just wait until you practice it. You're going to see those blessings pour in, man, because you are the most important thing. Malg's, yes, family is frequency. So you're related to someone by blood, right? But family is the people that are on the same frequency, that understand you. So astrology, again, is a big thing that we practice and we talk about all the time. When you read your birth chart, it breaks down so much of your habits, things that you've been through. It gives you the keys to be your best self. It's just taking the time to study, going through those tests, because once you learn something, you're going to be tested, right? That's how it works. You learn something, you get tested, and then either you're going to pass or you're going to fail. And if you fail, that's okay. You go back and you start over again and you figure it out. And eventually it's a natural thing. It becomes a habit. You're just moving in the way that's best for you. And you don't really struggle as much with those challenges because it's like, yo, I know who I am. You can't fuck with me. I know who I am. I see you trying to get over on me. You can't get over on me. And I'm not going to be mad at you either because you don't know. So we can't be mad at people that don't know, because if you don't know, how are you going to do better? But once you know, then you do better. So I didn't see anyone say if they read their chart or not. I'm sorry, I missed the chat moving. That's the meat and potatoes of life. Yes, it is. It really is. Okay, so Streamlabs is working now. Randomness. So now if you would like to exclamation point, zodiac sign, you can put that in there. Let's see if I missed anything. Talk the things. Yes. If anyone is following Mount G's already and y'all are subscribed, drop them Magoo emotes. Drop them Magoo emotes. At him and send him some Magoo emotes. We love that. This room is dope. Thank you. I never read my birth chart. I don't know much about that. Okay, so with your birth chart, you can go to tarot.com. I'm going to type it in the chat. So if you go to tarot.com, you can actually get your birth chart for free. Yeah, I see them Magoo emotes. I love it. Tarot.com, you can get a free birth chart, which will give you a snapshot. So within your birth chart, thank you for subscribing, Priscilla. Within your birth chart, you will see, everyone knows about their sun sign, right? Because you know when you're born, you know the date. I'm a Capricorn sun, but people don't know you got a moon sign, you have Venus, Mercury, all the planets, you have these signs, plus you have aspects. And the aspects are where the challenges can be. You got the angels, you know, the things that you thrive at and do well. And then you have the demons, which are the challenges. So when you get your birth chart, it's going to show you what sign every planet was in when you were born. And that's going to help you understand your energy. So for me, Capricorn sun, and everyone knows the Capricorn is, you know, like a worker. It's represented by the water sea goat, I'm sorry. So it's a goat with a fishtail. So the goat can go to the highest of the mountains, and then the fishtail helps it go to the depths of the sea. And it just wants to work, and it just wants to go. The sun represents your ego. It's how you feel I am. It's how you identify with yourself. And then your moon is your subconscious, your innermost feelings. I have a Libra moon. Libra is represented by the scales. They're all about balance. They want balance, but they can also be the devil's advocate. So if a situation arises, it's like, I need to look at I need to look at you, and I need to look at the other side of the situation, and then I'm going to come to my conclusion about that. And that can be a challenge if you're not aware, because it allows you to kind of get lost in other people because you care about other people. You're not about yourself. Libra is about everybody else before about their self. So that's just an example. But knowing that, it made so much sense for me, because my whole life it was like, I was like, why does it feel like people don't love me the way that I love them? And it wasn't that I didn't feel like anyone loved me. It wasn't that. I had a lot of people that loved me, that was around me, that supported me and things like that. It was just, I was putting so much energy into everybody else. And I know that y'all know what I'm talking about. I know that y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, thank you, Curious Ja, for those biddies. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Oh, I got a hype train. Oh, almost. It says 2 minutes. Libra moon. So I was always giving to other people, and at the end I was feeling drained, and I was just like, why do I feel like this? So once I learned about my moon sign, I was like, oh snap, it's because of where my moon is. My moon was in Libra when I was born, and it also has some other aspects, which I can get into in a little bit, has other aspects as well. But with the Libra moon, it's like, you naturally want everybody to be happy. You're a people pleaser, and you'll do it at the expense of yourself. So that's what I did. And I didn't know that's what was happening. I had to understand balance. I love myself, so I need to put myself first. And if I have energy to deal with everybody else, then I'm going to do that, especially if they're on the same frequency. Thank you for the biddy, Chanel. DJ Chanel B. Priscilla said, yes, why don't others live the way I love? I questioned that for so long till I learned that can't nobody love me like I love me. Facts. And the thing about that is, when you love yourself, you attract those that love you in the same way that understand you. Oh, I got a hype train. Hype train, hype train, hype train. Thank you for kicking off that hype train. Thank you for the biddies, Priscilla. I got something that Mouth made for me. Choo choo. We in the hype train. We in the hype train. I'm so corny. Thank you for the biddies. TJ Fabulous. I love y'all. Can y'all hear my song? I'm so corny. I put a song on. Come and ride a train. I can't even hear it. Is it playing? I don't know why I can't hear it. Okay, there we go. Thank you for the biddy, Sherry. So yeah, Priscilla, you go to tarot.com, you can get a snapshot of your birth chart. You can pay $24 for the full chart, or you can just get a free chart. Also, Mouth and I do readings, so if you want to whisper us, you can also get a reading that way too. So thank you for the biddies, booms, booms. This is so cool that we can do this. Like, you can go anywhere you want to on Twitch. How do you not take advantage of this, you know? I said I want to travel the world. I guess I got to start on Twitch first and go wherever I go before I can actually physically go there. This train's hilarious. I'm glad you are entertained by the train. Mouth baby this train. And I like purple, and I think purple and yellow go good together. So I was like, let me get a purple and yellow train. Thank you for those biddies, Dream Diva. Hi, Skylight Candles. Thanks for coming in. Oh my God, you need more hype train. I know. I have some ideas, so I'm going to have a whole bunch of different things going on. I had to have the music, you know, because I don't have all the buttons with all the sounds. So I'm like, let me just put the song on there. Haven't heard the song in forever. Me too. It just popped in my head at the last minute. Like before I got on, I'm like, I need a song for my hype train. So that's what I did. This is my first time here and I love your stream. Thank you, Dream Diva. Thank you for coming through. I'm glad you love it. So with the astrology again, tarot.com, get that chart. We love talking about astrology. We love talking about ourselves and what we've been through because we've been through some things. It took a while to get here. It wasn't like I just read my chart and woke up and was like, yeah, my whole life is just perfectly in order. Nope. Get tested and you got to keep going. Keep going. Making sure I'm not missing out on any of these comments. Please feel free to host the page, share the vibes. You know, it's free to share the vibes. And if you want to drop some biddies, that's cool too. But yeah, so there's other things I would like to do on here besides just chat. But I feel like it's so important, especially, you know, more melanated people. Let's just call it what it is. Black people don't talk about nothing. They sweep everything under the rug. You can't talk about it. If you're depressed or something, it's like you gotta deal with it by yourself. You gotta be embarrassed about it. Like, no, that's not what we're doing. We're here to talk about it. We're here to share, and we're here to let others know that we're human. Like, we go through things and it's okay. We don't want to be stuck in it though. I still don't know what I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, DJ Sega, that's the thing. Getting on here, you can say you're gonna talk about one thing, but then it can go to something else, right? That's how it works for real. Thank you all for the biddies. Thank you for that hype train. I appreciate it. Because I've gotten on here and I'm like, I know what I'm going to talk about, but then you just go with the flow of the chat. And when I first started streaming, I'm so busy looking at numbers that I'm like, all right, let me get off. But you can't let the numbers get you, you know, like throw your focus off. You just gotta go with it. And it was like, I'm just talking to myself. Like, I'm looking at myself in the camera. It was nobody in the room. And I'm just talking. And, you know, someone actually had watched it after I was off. So it's like, wow, you know, they may not have been in the chat, but they watched it after they got off and they got something from it. So that's a beautiful thing. Priscilla said the talks are important, especially in this culture. Yeah, man, it's like, we always talk about mental health and things of that nature, but who's really out here helping? Who is being an advocate and saying, yo, talk about your shit. Talk about what you've been through. You're depressed? All right, let's get to the root of it. Let's see what's going on. You know, we don't have to be embarrassed about these kind of things. We're here to grow and evolve. The whole purpose is to love yourself and to be your best self. And the way to do that is to face whatever you've been through. Sherry said to DJ Sega, oh, you will flow. I've been lurking you. See? People watching DJ Sega, and if people watching you, they're there for a reason. They were attracted to you for a reason. Again, Malk says family is frequency. The people that come to us in the chat, that you're flowing and vibrating towards our frequency. That's why you're here. You know, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't meant for you to be here. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind, that every situation you're in, you're supposed to be there. Even if it's one that feels more negative or challenging or whatever, you're supposed to be there for a reason. And you got to figure out what that is. Flow of chat is how you gain your audience. Yes, they want to see the chat moving. That's what people want to see. They want to know that people are in there talking. They want to see what people are talking about. It doesn't matter about the numbers. The right people will always follow. I'm being an advocate and so are you. Life is short and we should always be elevating. Yes, Priscilla, see? You on point, Priscilla. This is true. You don't know if you're gonna open your eyes after you close them. You don't know, so you gotta be your best in it all the time. DJ Chanel B said, I have a question. I have my natal chart, but what does it mean when it says my moon sign is Capricorn and my Mars is in Libra? Okay, so your moon sign in Capricorn means that at your time of birth, the moon was in the sign of Capricorn. The moon moves from each sign every 2 to 3 days. So you could have been born 2 days later and your moon would be in a completely different sign. And actually, DJ Malk G's has that placement, moon in Capricorn. So he talks about that on his stream a lot. With moon in Capricorn, it's it's about emotions. The moon represents your emotions. So when it's in Capricorn, that boss business I gotta work, it can have you disconnected from your emotions and more focused on whatever it is that you need to do, I think. And then you have Mars and Libra. I'm actually gonna pull it up. So moon in Capricorn, I love this is why I am here. I'm gonna pull up moon in Capricorn. I'm trying to keep up with the chat, y'all. This is really important to know because I'm telling you, when you read your chart, you're going to be like, holy crap, who wrote this? You wrote it. That's who. Moon in Capricorn. So if you're a Capricorn moon, you're willing to hold out for something better. You are patient, and that gives you an edge as you build up what's emotionally secure. You're an earthy moon, often intimate with what is right and what is right there in your vicinity. Your emotional life is also sensual, and feelings are tied to the very real engagement in your physical relationships. So that's just a brief description. It's so much deeper than that. And can I ask you where you got your birth chart from? Thank you for the bits, Retta. I appreciate that. I gotta go back because I know I missed some stuff. For anyone that just joined, I'm just in here talking about self-love. DJ Chanel B asked about her moon in Capricorn, so now we're just discussing that. If you don't have your birth chart, you can go to tarot.com. You can get a free snapshot, or you can pay $24 for the full chart, which goes into like real detail. Also, DJ Malk G's and I do readings, so feel free to whisper us and you can get some information as well. And on Mondays at 7 p.m., we're going to be going on live on DJ Malk G's page to talk about astrology. So make sure you follow DJ Malk G's and you turn on those notifications. DJ Sega the Black Knight says, definitely a frequency thing, being on the same wave. Yes, because if you're not on the same frequency as me, then that means we're clashing. And I don't need to be around that because it's not necessary for me energetically to be clashing with someone. You know what I mean? So yeah, DJ Malk G's moon represents emotion and Mars is about action. That action. DJ Chanel B said, that sounds about right because I'm January 23rd, so I'm borderline cusp. Okay. She got cakes. I have a question. Why is it that I don't get along with Scorpios? I read somewhere that Libra keep Leos. Okay, so do you have your chart? She got cakes. Have you ever seen your chart? So this is something I learned from Malk, is whatever sign you have the most difficulty with is the person in the sign that you have to learn the most from. So for me, growing up, my mom, she was married to a person, a dude, and he was very like verbally abusive. Like he used to call me names and call me fat and all this stuff. And he was a Gemini. So I hated Geminis growing up. I was like, ugh. Like when the guy told me he was a Gemini, I'm like, let me get away from you because you crazy. And so Malk taught me whatever sign you have the most trouble with is who you have to learn from. So guess what happened? I'm talking all this junk about Geminis since I was young. And I got my full birth chart, and I have all this Gemini energy, y'all. All this Gemini energy. So we can never talk about other signs and be like, this sign is bad or that sign's bad. No sign is bad. Every sign has their challenges. And also, we all have every planet, right? So every planet is ruled by a sign. For example, Venus is ruled by rules Libra and Taurus. So even if you don't have Libra or Taurus in your chart, you still have that energy because you have Venus in your chart. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, can you drop a purple heart in the chat? You are every sign because you have every planet in your birth chart, and each planet is ruled by a sign. So even if your sun isn't, like my sun is in Capricorn, if I don't have Capricorn, I'm sorry, let's say my sun is in Capricorn, but let's say I didn't have any Capricorn in my chart. There's a planet that is rules Capricorn. So I still have that energy. It's just in a different way. So yeah, she got cases. Is that helpful? And also, for example, with Scorpio, Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Pluto is the darkest planet. It's a planet of transformation. People don't like Scorpios because Scorpio really brings out what needs to be transformed in people, whether they know it or not. It brings out what needs to be transformed in people, and people don't like that. They don't know how to take it because it's like, why are you picking at me, or why are you trying to get this out of me? It's because they're here to transform. They have that transformative energy. So it's all about perspective. If we want to look at that as a negative, then that's how we'll see it. But ultimately, there's a positive in everything that we can look at. All right, let me read some of these. Where was I? So yeah, hubby said it. It's something you have to learn. So whatever sign you don't like, look in your birth chart, and I bet you it's in your chart. That sign is somewhere in your chart heavy, and you have to learn from that energy. Right? Sega said, who wrote this? You wrote this. We wrote this. This is written. Everything's written, right? We have the destiny, and we're going to get to it. Now, whether or not we want to make that difficult, that's on us. I don't sweat it, just wondering it serves to be true about Libras. Hey Raz, welcome in. Happy Saturday. Sega said, I talk on these things all the time, even while DJing. He knows I'm annoyed by all and why. Oh yeah, so Malk and Sega, they both talk about it. And it is fun to watch that in the chat, because when you ask, what sign do you not like? And everyone's like, Scorpio or whatever. And it's like, look in your chart, and then bam, you got Scorpio in your chart. So it's like a little salty, because I definitely was salty. I'm like, wow, I've been talking all this junk. I'm never talking junk again. Like, I can't do that. We can't talk about people. We can't. Because when you talk about others, you're talking about yourself. Oh, you read in a Black Horoscope book? Okay. And everyone's perspective is different, right? So there's so many different ways about approaching astrology and breaking it down. The only thing that you know to be true 100% is what you see in your chart. So you got to read your chart. That's the only way to know. Yeah, so again, Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, Malk G's and I will be live on his page, so make sure you follow him. And we're going to be giving some astrology talk. We talk about our own challenges. We talk about things that we've been through, what we've come out of, and what we're still dealing with. Like, we just real and raw with it. And he does all the funny voices. He's the funny one, and I'm just the one that's kind of laughing along. So you're going to have a good time. You get a little mix of both. Let's see what else we got. Okay, I see the purple hearts. I love it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Dream Diva said, that is so funny. I'm a Gemini. We always get bad raps. Yo, like, for real. Because people say Geminis are crazy. They're not crazy. So Gemini is represented by the twins. So you get two different sides of them. They like to communicate. They love to communicate. They will talk about anything. And they can get distracted because it's like, oh, I want to know this, I want to know that. So if they're getting bored with whatever they're talking about or dealing with, whoever they're dealing with, they're flighty. They'll leave because it's like, you're not stimulating me enough. I need that mental stimulation. I need to be able to communicate and to learn. So they're not crazy. It's just you have to understand them to be able to communicate with them. You know what I'm saying? To be able to keep their interest. Shayte says sometimes it's something in us we need to look at. If you're always clashing with people, you may need to evaluate your energy and moods. Fact, Shayte. You have to. Anytime something comes up, you have to look at yourself and say, what is it within me that is growing this? What is it in me that I need to like get out of? That's so important. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind on these comments. Gemini energy is a truth. Facts, hubby. I have 4 planets in my 3rd house. So when you look at your birth chart, it's a circle. Within that circle, there's numbers. There's 12 signs in the zodiac. So you'll see, the first sign is Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, not Capricorn. I know that, in the Western world, Capricorn is the start of the year in the calendar, but actually Aries starts in March. March is actually the new year, the beginning of the year, and then it goes from Aries all the way to Pisces. So my 3rd house is Gemini, and I have 4 planets in that house. So all that junk I was talking, yeah, I had to pay for that. Don't talk about people. Don't do it. It's going to come back and bite you. DJ Sega said, I can't stand anyone. Hey, man, you're just probably super sensitive. That's all. You just like, look, it's too much for me. It's too strong. I can't. Hi, El Janelle. She got cake says Scorpios are narcissistic sociopaths. You talk about Scorpios? No. No. Another thing that me and Mal do all the time is we look up the definitions of things. You wouldn't believe how we're using words inappropriately. Like, we got words all wrong. First of all, the English language is ridiculous. And then you look up a word and there's like 8 definitions. Why is there 8 definitions for one word? Why? Why can't we just use the word the way we use it? Okay, so when you don't know your energy, because She Got Cake said, I just had a run-in with a Scorpio. They're sneaky as fuck. So when you don't know your energy, you can use that energy in a very sneaky way. Again, Pluto rules Scorpio. Pluto is the darkest planet. So that Scorpio energy comes from the darkest place in the cosmos, and it's transformative. So yeah, that energy can be used in a negative way, especially if you don't know about that energy. And that's just like anything. Sneaky. Anybody can be sneaky, but with Scorpio, it's such a dark energy. And again, dark doesn't mean bad or negative. Dark is just it's hidden, it's hidden, it's below the surface, it's deep. That's all. It's not a bad thing. What I do know is I am an Arian Aquarian with some Leo. Okay. Got some water, some fire. Hey, Purple Kisses. She Got Cake said, I love Gemini. They're not crazy. They're not. Nobody's crazy. Unless you don't know yourself, then you crazy. And if you do know yourself and you're acting crazy, you ask and get your ass kicked. Yeah, so Boom said, I'm so easily bored. Me too. My Mercury is in Gemini. Me and Malk both have our Mercury in Gemini. We like to freaking... Okay, it's not in Gemini. It's in the 3rd house, which is Gemini. My Mercury is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius can have a smart-ass mouth because it's like, I'm going to say what I feel and anybody going to tell me nothing because it's how I feel. So, and then you have the Gemini energy, which is about communicating. So knowing that, I have to be more mindful of how I'm communicating with people, because I can have a smart ass mouth, but it's not necessary. It's not. It's natural, but it's not necessary. So knowing your energy is very, very, very important. She Got Cake said Geminis are very creative people. They are very, very creative. Their mind is on go. When you place that energy in a positive direction, man, you can get amazing things done. If you haven't done so yet, if you just joined us, we're talking about astrology right now. And we talk about Scorpios and Gemini, which I feel are the two most hated signs. You can do exclamation point and your zodiac sign, and a little description will pop up about it. What else? Oh, DJ No Spinner is a Sagittarius. Hey, Sagittarius. She Got Cake said, what do you call a person that gets mad and goes to someone else instead of coming to you directly? That is called splitting and manipulating. That to me is someone who's afraid of the repercussions of saying it to the person themselves. So misery loves company. They're going to go find someone to be miserable with them and talk about whoever they're talking about. And that's what that is. That's misery. All mouth and no pause. Yo. Yeah, my mouth is very sharp. And I didn't even realize, I'm just being honest. Like, how you mad at me for being honest? But again, you can say what you need to say, and you can figure out a way to get your point across without having a sharp tongue, right? That's up to us if we want to do that or not. If you know people are going to receive that in a negative manner, then you're taking a chance by doing it. And then you're going to get that back. So, yeah, so it's important to know your energy, man. It's so important. Again, you can go to tarot.com, get a free birth chart, a snapshot, a brief snapshot, or you can get a full detailed chart for like I think it's $25. And also, Maljeez and I will be live on Monday from his stream talking astrology talk. So make sure you follow him if you haven't followed, because y'all gonna want to be tuned in for that. We always talking about ourselves and the things that we've been through. And that's part of the way that we get it out. We're getting it out, we're sharing it, we're making people feel comfortable to share their shit. And it's just a good time. We laugh, we act up, we throw a Magoo emotes, and then on Friday he does Freaky Friday, so we get a little freaky in there, not on camera, just in the chat. But Shayte said folks need to be approachable too. If they're always hostile, nobody wants to put up with that or be around it. It's simple. Treat people how you want to be treated. Yes, Shayte. Shayte knows. This is why me and Shayte vibe, because she knows. You treat others how you want to be treated. If you want to be treated kind and loving and all that, you need to treat people like that. And if you're treating people like that and they're still treating you negatively, they're not on your frequency. Get away. Run. Get away from them. It's not necessary to be around that. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mom. If your mom's acting crazy towards you, she's not on your frequency, distance yourself. You got to figure out a way to maneuver and deal with people. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we're not taught that. We're taught you got to deal with it. This is your family, or this is the person you know for a long time. You got to deal with it. You got to take it. No, you don't. I'm telling you, don't. Tell them that I told you, say nah. But you don't. You don't have to deal with that. If you're not happy, if you're not being treated nicely, get away. And if you don't get away and you keep going through it, don't complain about it, because you're doing it to yourself. Don't do that to yourself, though. Teach people how to treat you exactly. Thank you, Miss Nebraska. You have to teach people how to treat you. A person is only going to try to get over on you if you allow that to happen. You are in control. You're the most powerful tool in this universe. Use yourself wisely. Use yourself wisely. Yeah, and we grow up saying treat others how you want to be treated, but then we don't do that. We treat people like shit, and then we're like expecting to be treated a certain kind of way. I want to be treated with respect and love. I want to laugh, but I also want you to be honest with me in an appropriate manner, not in like an attacking, hostile manner. Tell me how you feel without being a psycho about it, right? And then I have to make the decision. Okay, this person's acting crazy. Do I get away from them, or do I use that Sagittarius energy and go off at the mouth and tell them about themselves, right? So we all have decisions to make every single day. You are in control of everything. Nobody can do nothing to you without you allowing it. You have all the power. Do not give your power away. Make sure that you're putting yourself first, that you're loving yourself. And self-love is so many different ways you can practice self-love. But the one that I talk about the most is getting away from people that are not treating you right. And people are going to look at you and be like, You changed, you switched up. Are we not here to grow? Are we here to be the same? You got to unlearn and relearn. That's what it is. We got to unlearn and relearn. The things that we were taught growing up, there's so many things I was taught growing up that now I'm like, what? Did they really? Okay, they didn't know any better. So I can't be mad at them. You know better, you do better. But it's just the reality of it is we were raised by people who didn't know themselves. And they passed on their generational curses, and we got to break them. That's it. That's what it comes down to. We got to unlearn and relearn. Shut the fuck up. Was that too harsh? I mean, I'm not gonna say it's too harsh, but then you got to deal with the reaction of the person that you said that to. People get complacent and want to just sit there and complain. Yeah. So again, misery loves company. People will complain, complain, complain. They want you to complain with them. Nope, not over here. We're not doing that. Bye. We out. We're not doing that. Thank you, Roz. Shayte said the problem is people can give that energy but can't take it when it's given back. Don't be a fake thug. Yes, don't be a bully out here treating people all crazy, and then when someone says something, you're like, oh my God, why are you talking to me like that? It's like you gave that energy, so you get it back. Never let anyone or anything control you. Stand in your own power. Yes, Dream Diva. Yup. Stand in your own power and know that you have the power. Don't let nobody take that. Narcs don't want you to get away and outgrow them. They want to figure out a way to keep you on the hook. Yeah, and also some people are in your life to teach you something. They're not here for the long run. They're here to teach you something, to show you something, and then you thank them and you move on. And you know, that's what it is. We can't control others, we can control how we respond. Yes. Sometimes people are only in your life for a season. Facts. Yeah, so my time's almost up. I got about 6 more minutes. I really appreciate everybody coming in here. And I hope that you all are taking in something, that something sparked something in you, that I stimulated your mental a little bit, and that you want to come back, because I love these interactions. I love talking, period. That's that Gemini energy. I got Mercury in the 3rd house. Talk, talk, talk. Me and Malk, we talk all night, like all day, all night about everything. It's so important. It's so important. And if you feel like you don't have anybody to talk to, just understand there's people out there that will understand you. But you got to start with yourself. You got to start with your self-love. Get that birth chart, tarot.com. Really start digging in, man. These times, people are not happy right now. They're not happy. They're looking at everything outside of them, and they're letting that dictate how they feel, especially about themselves. We can't do that. We can be happiness. We create our own reality. Whatever you put out, whatever you project, that's what you're going to get back. If you want to be happy, then focus on that. Don't let nobody take you out your zone. Thank you for the follow, Ray Nicole. Oh, you're welcome. She Got Cakes. I appreciate you coming through. Yes, I love to see those self-love emotes. Thank you everyone that dropped biddies, that subscribed or gifted a sub. I know I didn't catch everything because the chat was flowing. And you see my husband DJ Malg's. Follow him. If you haven't followed him yet, make sure you follow him. He does stream on your lunch break every day during the week at 12 p.m. Eastern. He also does 90s hip hop and R&B on Wednesdays. We do astrology talk on Mondays at 7 p.m. and then Freaky Fridays on Fridays at 7 p.m. So we got some good things going on, and we're just going to keep growing from here. If you ever have any questions, or if you have an idea about Hi Ready to Excel, yes, he is awesome. He's the best ever. If you have any questions, or if you have topic ideas, whatever, feel free to whisper me. You can also follow me on Instagram, same page. My YouTube link is in my bio. Dream Diva said people are in your life for a moment, a season, or a lifetime, but you have to be discerned to know the difference. Yes. Yes. And the best way to do that, self-love. Know thyself. Know thyself. And a lot of things that we've learned is I call him Nature Boy, but he goes by Chief Baba G. Me and Malk G's have learned a lot from him. Check him out on YouTube. You can check DJ Malk G's out on YouTube for the astrology, also Astro Finesse on YouTube. There's so many people out here giving this knowledge. You gotta soak it up. You gotta love it. These are great times. You might be in the house, but you can learn so much. You can, next time you go out the house, you'll be a whole different person. Just embrace it and just know that if you feel like you're alone and no one understands you, you have yourself, and that's all you need. And once you connect with yourself, all those people are come around. You're gonna feel the love. The blessings are gonna pour in. It's gonna be great. DJ Sanel whispered you an idea for another train. Okay, awesome. Loved your stream. Thank you so much, DJ Chanel B. I enjoyed having you here. I appreciate you all for coming through. Shout out to Shaytay for putting this together, because if she wouldn't have put this together, we wouldn't all be here. So thank you, Shaytay, and I look forward to whatever you have to do in the future. Don't forget to follow my mod, DJ Malk G's #1 heat holder. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Thank you, Dream Diva. I feel so happy. I get nervous. Even though I can talk, it's like an adrenaline rush plus a little nervousness mixed in there. Cause I'm hard on myself. You know, I want to be the best at being me, and I don't want anything to get in the way of that. So that's where that self-love comes in. Can't nobody stop me but me. So yeah, we're gonna raid over to DJ No Spinner. We're gonna raid over there. So I'm gonna put my raid message in again. Make sure y'all show her mad love when we go up in here. Spread the love, spread the love. Oh, that didn't work right. I guess we could just use the raid. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you for those biddies, Dream Diva. And make sure that if you're not following me, to click that follow button. Click it and turn on those notifications. You never know when I'm gonna pop up. So you gotta follow so that you can get notified. Let me make sure that she's on before I read out. Could somebody tell me if she's on? There's like 1,000 people on right now. DJ No Spinner. Bear with me, bear with me. Again, I appreciate you all so very much. Make sure you go to my bio and you click the links, follow. Okay, I see she's on. All right, y'all, we're going to raid out. I appreciate you again and hope to see you back soon.